Welcome to Podsdale, brought to you by the City of Scottsdale. Join us to explore the stories that make our city a world-class community. Hey everyone, welcome back to Podsdale, the City of Scottsdale's official podcast where we highlight the people and programs shaping our community.
Today, we're talking about all the fun things happening this summer at Scottsdale's libraries, from reading challenges and chill-out spaces to college prep and coffee.
We're joined by Jennifer Wong-Ortiz, a librarian who's here to give us the scoop on everything from the Summer Reading Challenge and the new Calming Corner to the College and Career Corner and Yellow Spruce Roasters. Yes, there is coffee at the library now.
We're also going to chat about new library hours starting July 1 and how the library is evolving to meet the needs of our community.
There's a lot to explore, so let's jump in.
Jennifer, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
For people who might not know, what is the Summer Reading Challenge?
So the Summer Reading Challenge is the library's biggest annual thing that goes on every summer. For those of you who have grown up in Arizona, you might remember it as Read Your Way to the Ballpark several years ago, where people could read and get tickets to the Diamondbacks game. It's evolved since then, and so this year, in the last 10 years or so, it's been the Summer Reading Challenge or Summer Reading Program. We partner with Maricopa County Library District. Basically, just encourage everyone of all ages to keep reading over the summer. The goal this year is to read at least 1,000 minutes from June 1 to August 1, so that it just kind of keeps people engaged with reading throughout the summer.
Very cool. I was actually taking a look at the website this morning and I signed up because I'm trying to get back into reading. So I was like, okay, this is my sign. Yay. So I'm excited to start reading this summer.
It's a good time to do it when it's so hot outside. And
totally.
So that's a good point too, Jennifer. It's for everyone, for all ages, right? Not just children.
For all ages. So it started as really mainly a children program to try to prevent the summer slide with kids, which, as we know, when kids and teens get out of the summer, they might not be as engaged with reading. Mm-hmm. So that when they start school again in the fall, they have what's called a summer slide. And teachers have to kind of work a little bit harder to try to get the kids back into learning mode. If they're reading over the summer, studies have shown that they are more ready to kind of get back into that learning mode once fall starts. So it started for kids, but over the past decade or so, we've expanded the program to include both babies, so that parents are also reading to them over the summer, as well as adults to kind of engage the adult population as well. Just because it's, it's lifelong learning. Reading never stops for anybody. And so we want to encourage everyone to have some fun and get some reading. And for adults, my biggest tip is audiobooks count. Audiobooks
That's good
count.
To know.
So that's how I get all my reading in.
Claire's hopped in the car with me, and she knows I listen to audiobooks pretty frequently as I
You should sign up.
Go to and from. Yes, I will do that. And so let's ask this of you. How can residents sign up, and what kind of prizes or incentives are on the line for this?
Yeah, I'm super excited to tell you guys about that. So you can actually either walk into any of the Scottsdale Public Library branches and sign up in person. We have some amazing teen summer volunteers who are there to assist everyone to kind of get signed up. Or you can actually go online and just sign up online. We have a webpage at scottsdalelibrary.org, and if you go there, there's a main button where you can click to sign up for the Summer Reading Challenge. And it's just a simple username, some information that we get from you, and then you are then on your way to manually enter in your minutes. Prizes include food vouchers. So there's going to be prizes at every 250 points for pre-readers, which are the babies from ages 0 to 4, kids ages 5 to 11, and teens ages 12 to 17. And our prizes do include food vouchers for places like Peter Pepper Pizza, Raising Cane's. We did get vouchers for gelato for the kids at Yellow Spruce Roasters in the Old Town location, Sweet Republic as well. And then everyone at a certain point, I think it's at 750 points, it will be eligible for an Arizona State Parks Pass. So if you guys are looking for a fun road trip, adults get that too, as well as Phoenix Mercury tickets. At the end, when you guys reach 1,000 minutes, you guys can actually redeem for a free book for you guys to keep.
So I got to get on my reading.
Okay, I'm signing up.
Yes.
After this recording.
Say less. I'm there.
And there's also grand prize raffle drawings. I think for adults, we're actually going to be raffling off an iPad. And I believe we also have some membership packages to the Western Spirit Museum. So
very cool.
That's a great museum.
Yes, I've been there a couple times. It's well worth it. So getting a free ticket would be very fun, very cool.
Well, another item you're here to talk to us about today is the Calming Corner, and that's something new. Can you walk us through the goals of the Calming Corner and how it supports mental wellness for visitors and, just exactly what is it?
Sure. So the Calming Corner is a new room in the children's area at Civic Center, and it's an enclosed space that's designed to help children take a break from overstimulation, regain control of their emotions, or regroup when they're feeling overwhelmed. Basically, caregivers and kids over 12 can request the use of the room for about 30 minutes at a time. And it's there just to kind of help them make sure that they're ready to kind of come back into what the library can, the chaos of the library. Because even though everyone thinks the library is this really quiet place, the children's room, especially during the summer, is not a quiet place at all. So we just are recognizing the fact that we're trying to meet the needs of the community and recognizing the fact that not everybody can handle those loud noises or that overstimulation, and wanted to carve a space out for people to be able to go in and just kind of regulate themselves and join us when they're ready. It's only big enough to really fit about one family or a group of 3 to 4 people at a time. And those who want to use it can request it at the youth desk. They can go and ask a staff person, and if the room is free, they can have the use of the room for about 30 minutes.
Very cool. Have you seen an increase in demand for mental wellness resources in the libraries?
It's hard to say because we don't necessarily always track the books and what's being asked for, but we do try to be aware. We're very mindful of what the community is wanting. So we have been asked, sensory story times, which is kind of story times that are adapted to fit the needs of somebody who might not be able to join in a regular story time. Regular story times can be very fast-paced, very loud. We have, music going on. We have lots of books, lots of kids. And so we have been asked to try to bring in sensory story times, which we've done and have had positive feedback with those story times. So the Calming Corner just kind of came out as a way to try to address more needs for the community and be inclusive and welcoming to all.
Very cool. Another thing that you're here to talk with us about is the College and Career Corner. What inspired the College and Career Corner?
So Scottsdale doesn't really have anything that currently linked teens to kind of college help or career help. The schools have their counselors, and we recognize that, but they only have, when we met with Scottsdale Unified School District, they only have a handful of counselors for, hundreds of students, and they're only available, limited times during the school day.
Right.
Scottsdale Career Services does help people find jobs with job help, interview workshops, or resume building workshops. But those are for more adults looking for immediate jobs and teens looking for immediate employment. So there was kind of this gap in services. The closest libraries that have something like that would be either Tempe Library or Burton Bar in Phoenix and downtown, which can be a trek for some of the students here. So it came about as a way to kind of connect, having the library as a hub to help teens find out more information about colleges or how to pursue a career in the future. And that includes not only just colleges, but universities and trade schools as well.
Very cool.
That's a great resource. How do you see that space evolving over time? Are there plans to expand what you offer or its reach?
Yes. So right now we're really focusing on the teens. It's a summer right now, so in the new school year, kind of the juniors and seniors who are starting to look at college or careers in their future. We would love to expand it to younger grades. SUSD has kind of a plan they have starting, I think, as young as 7th or 8th grade, going all the way to seniors, what they should be doing to get ready. And we love to be able to encompass those younger grades into kind of the College and Career Corner. Right now, we're just kind of focusing immediately on the kids who are about to apply for colleges or get ready for college.
So if you're an incoming junior or senior in high school and you're interested in getting in touch with someone at the College and Career Corner, do you need to make an appointment, or how does that work?
We have a couple of advisors who are there, I want to say Monday and Wednesday for walk-in people from 3 to 5 p.m., but they can also make an appointment. On our website, scottsdalelibrary.org, we do have a College and Career Corner page that tells them how to request an appointment right now. Starting in the fall is when we were really going to do our kickoff. So I believe the week is September 15th through the 20th. We're going to have workshops throughout the week as well. And it's going to end with a big College and Career Corner carnival event that's going to be hosted with both SUSD as well as Career Services. So we're in the midst of planning all that right now. For the summer, we'll still have people there. They can definitely walk in, or just they can make an appointment through, I think it's an email.
Cool.
I always love talking about the library on the show because it just goes to show that it's so much more than just books, right? When you talk about all of these services that you can provide there.
It is. And everyone always thinks that we're this quiet place in the library where people can go and just like read. For those who think that, please come into a library during the summer because I can guarantee you that it is not quiet. We just started Summer Reading Challenge this week, and it's been like Civic Center, the youth room's been pretty wild. So not to say that there are not any quiet places because we do have study rooms that people can go and use too.
I will say the Civic Center Library is one of the coolest libraries I've ever been in. I'm not originally from Arizona, and when I first got a job here, that was one of the first places I went, and I just had no idea all the programs and resources that were available beyond just like books. So it is really cool to be a part of a city that has such an expansive network for people to connect with in the library.
It's hard. Like people are like, "Oh, you're a librarian. You just read all day." I was like, no. Actually we don't. I'd love to, and then trying to tell everybody about everything that we do, it can be a challenge because we have so much.
Yeah, we've heard that starting on July 1 that the library hours are going to be changing. What should people know about that?
Our current hours are Monday through Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sundays, 1 to 5 p.m. Starting July 1, we'll be opening an hour earlier Mondays through Thursdays, so the new hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're going to be closing an hour later on Friday, so that's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays will stay the same from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday will stay the same from 1 to 5 p.m.
So it sounds like you'll be opening a little bit earlier, which will definitely be nice in the summer with the heat. What prompted that shift?
So our hours were cut after COVID due to staffing shortages. And now that we've been fully reopened for about 3 to 4 years now, we just felt that it was time to kind of reevaluate how we can open up and get back to some pre-COVID hours. The extra time just kind of gives more time for the community to be able to access the library and our resources and just kind of be able to bring it back to what pre-COVID was.
Excellent. And we talked about this a few minutes ago, but I'm going to ask again. For someone who hasn't been to the library in a while, why is this summer the perfect time to come back?
So summer's a perfect time to come back because you're getting out of the heat. We are a cooling station that's part of the Maricopa County government. And so we offer water to anybody who needs water. We have a ton of programs, not for kids, but also adults as well. So if you're looking for some cool things to do, I know we have some Saturday summer programs. That's like Japanese taiko drumming later in the summer. We do have other music programs going on. We have film programs going on. And then for families, it's just a great place to come and spend if you want to spend all day there, you can, because we have a ton of activities just going on. For kids and teens, we are also partnering with SUSD this year, again, to do Kids Cafe, which offers free lunches from anyone from babies all the way up to 18-year-olds, where they can come and grab a free lunch from us in the kids' room, Monday through Saturdays, 12 to 1 p.m., and then Sundays from 1 to 2 p.m.
Wow, that's awesome.
I almost forgot a very important question. The Yellow Spruce Roasters. So there's coffee now at the library, right?
There is coffee at the library. They close a little bit earlier than when the library closes, but they do open when we open. So right now they're open at 10. Starting when we are expanded hours, they'll be there at 9 a.m. And not only do they serve coffee, they actually also have sandwiches and wraps and salads too. So if you're there during lunchtime, adults can definitely go and grab a bite to eat.
Nice.
And they have a location in Old Town as well, correct?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. They have their location in Old Town, has coffee as well as gelato and wine.
Oh, say less. Alrighty. Before we head out of here, with just a couple more questions, do you see public libraries playing in supporting lifelong learning and workforce development?
We do programs and events at the library. We're always kind of thinking of lifelong learning. Children's programs are easy. You know, we're talking early learning, we're talking story times, we're talking programs to keep the kids engaged in reading and exploring like STEAM. But lots of times adults don't realize that we also have programs that really help them develop skills or explore other hobbies. So, for example, we've had a few very popular beginner sourdough classes.
Oh. How cool.
And I think we're bringing that back in the fall. We have programs for if people are interested in museums, like art programs. So we have Phoenix docents who come in and actually do art talks at the programs. We've had writing workshops where people, that have been really popular, where people can come in and learn how to write a memoir. We've had some really popular film series that highlight different decades throughout history. And it's just all about kind of learning more, and just if you're interested in, have an interest in coming and learning. We have ESOL classes, English for speakers of other languages, to kind of brush up on English. Those have been super popular. We have tech help classes, like computer classes for those who are wanting to learn more about how to use Word or PowerPoint. Or even we've been delving into more like AI talks as well, how AI might affect you, what you can do with AI. So lifelong learning does not stop at childhood or teens. It really does kind of do all ages.
If someone's interested in any of those programs, where would they go to sign up or learn more?
Online is the best place to look for most updated details. So scottsdalelibrary.org, we have an events tab that they can click on to see everything that we offer. All of our programs are also in the Scottsdale Life brochure as well. I always just recommend, if you see a program in Scottsdale Life, just double check online, because online is kind of the most updated version. Sometimes, cancellations happen or dates changes. So online is the best source, but Scottsdale Life gives you a pretty good overview of what we offer.
We are so lucky that we work so close to the library. We can just hop on over there anytime. And I see that sourdough class in our future. What do you think, Greer?
Yes, I see it everywhere. Everyone's making sourdough, and it sounds really complicated. So if I could have an expert tell me how to make the sourdough, I'm there.
Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing everything that's happening over the summer at the library. And I'm looking forward to signing up for the reading program myself.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's all for this episode of Podsdale. If you enjoyed listening, be sure to subscribe. You can find us on YouTube or in your favorite podcast app. Share episode ideas and provide your feedback by emailing communications@scottsdaleaz.gov. Thanks for listening.